Hey YouTube, what is going on? It is Jax here back with another video, and today I woke up to quite the surprise. Clash Royale has released their initial thoughts on balance changes to the community. Anybody can post this, so we're going to go over the balance changes. They are not locked in. I'm going to give my opinion on them. I want you guys to give your opinion on them. You guys can make a difference in these balance changes. They are not locked in right now, so I'm really excited. I'm very happy with this. I hope they continue to do this because honestly, having some community feedback will be very good. And yeah, let's just hop straight into it. So the first change on here is the Mother Witch. She is getting a hit speed buff so that she's going to be 0.2 seconds faster, and her first hit is also going to be a quarter faster at 0.1 seconds. So my thoughts on this change, I think it's pretty good. I would honestly get rid of one of the changes though, in my opinion. I don't think she needs both. We all know how toxic a good Mother Witch can be. But she definitely does need a buff because she is not a magic archer. She cannot stay out of the way with such her low HP. She has to be kind of near the fray, and she can get killed pretty easily, especially since like a log and a zap and all that can take her out now. Or not a log, arrow zap, arrows log, all that can take her out now. She definitely does need a buff. I would honestly get rid of the first hit speed change. I think it's fine, and keep the normal hit, like the normal hit speed change there. All right, so let's move on to the Electro Giant. So the Electro Giant is going to get a 9% hit point buff. I disagree with this change, not completely though. I think you drop it to 4 or 5%. I think 9% because that's almost a tenth of his HP being added to what he already has, which is going to be a lot. I don't think he needs all of that HP there. We all know he's just very, very toxic. Like, he's either going to get to your tower and there's nothing you can do about it, or he's going to have a building and or he's not getting to the tower and there's nothing the opponent can do about it. So I would honestly just go 4 or 5%. It's already 7 elixir. You can already start adding more units to try and break through. Don't give him too much though. We don't want a big broken E-Giant just getting to the tower, getting 5,000 damage out of nowhere. Okay, so the Goblin Drill's travel speed 25% slower. They're just reverting the last buff. I think it's fine. Goblin Drill honestly does need a nerf. More than that though, the problem is when you have true red or true blue, which is a concept where one player is the true blue king and one player is the true red king, you get different interactions based on that. I'm not exactly sure what changes, but Goblin Drill is a card where if you place it and the goblin spawns out and you place a card reactively, sometimes the goblin will hit and sometimes it won't. I think that needs to be fixed. Maybe just increase its first spawn time, like the first goblin coming out, just a little bit longer. So that would be my suggestion for that. We'll go down to the Night Witch here. 13% faster hit speed buff. This change I'm okay with. I think it's fine. I'm not exactly sure if it's required, and it might make the Night Witch. I think it's a good change. I think it's a good change. I don't have a problem with it. I'm not gonna tell them to take it out. This one could be, like, you need to watch the Night Witch after this, though, because she might be very good. We might have a golem resurgence. We'll just have to see how the meta ends up working out. So, Skeleton King. Soul Summoning max from 20 to 18. I'm very good with this change. Skeleton King definitely has needed a nerf, and its ability just has so many different things going for it. The fact that the skeletons kind of spawn in new places as it moves in that ring. The fact that they spawn in such a huge radius, the fact there's so many of them, the fact that they take time to deploy so you can't just spell them all out. I think the Skeleton King, you should probably also nerf its radius of the ability. I think its radius should be a little bit smaller so that it's easier for splash units to counter, as well as spells to reach, because sometimes barbels or logs can't even get to those skeletons. Or you can make the spawn time faster so that all the skeletons come out at once, and you can just quickly get rid of them if you, not all at once, but you can just quickly get rid of them if you need to. And then if that makes them way too weak, you can just add those 2 skeletons back from the spawn. I think that would be a good play. I hope that they change something else though. I don't think knocking it down to 18 is going to be enough. And I just like, I don't like the Skeleton King really as a card either. Like, it's just so toxic with how it's operational. So we'll see how it ends up working out. I hope they will reduce the radius or increase the spawn speed so that the skeleton's much more predictable. Alright. So the log is getting a knockback distance of minus 50%. So this one I read over a few times. All of the resets that it has is going to happen. It's going to still knock back pretty much every card. It's just going to be far less. Thumbs up. Huge thumbs up from me. I completely agree with this change, and I don't have anything else to say. This is a great change. Alright, Royal Ghost. Invisibility cooldown from 1.6 to 1.8 seconds. So this dude is getting a nerf. He's going to have a little bit longer time before he becomes invisible again. A lot of people have been asking for a Royal Ghost nerf. Personally, I didn't see it. I feel like the Royal Ghost is still just a very versatile card, but I'm not going to disagree with it. It was very, very borderline on whether or not they needed a nerf. Of course, it's going to suck for us Pekka Bridge spam players, but I don't think this is the worst change in the world. It might be. We'll have to see. Yeah, I mean, if there's one change really that I'd like to see taken out of this, it's this one. I just don't think that he is that problematic when compared to some of the other cards here. But we'll see. We'll see how it ends up playing out. Hopefully they will change it in the next balance change if it does end up being a pretty significant nerf. And let's move on to the Bar Barrel. So the Barbarian Barrel is getting a range reduction from 5 to 4.5 tiles. So I disagree with this change. I feel like the Bar Barrel is already relatively weak when compared to the Log. I feel like it might be a preemptive nerf considering that it's probably going to be the best small spell after the Log nerf. But 4.5 tiles, that thing is barely getting across the bridge. I don't agree with this nerf for it. I mean, maybe you can reduce its damage a little bit. Or maybe you can... I'm not really sure what else they could do. But I disagree with making it even less... Like, it's basically just a defensive spell for your side of the arena now. It's not going to get over there. Also, it's going to change the interaction where the Barb always gets 2 hits when played up at the bridge. I bet that Barbarian is only going to get 1 hit if let go, which is going to reduce its pressure capabilities just a little bit, and that might be something that a lot of players are going to miss. So the last buff here, or change, is a buff to the Barbarian as a card. So the Barbarian buff is going to affect Barb Hut, Battle Ram, Barbarian Barrel, and just the normal Barbarians as well. So they're making it a 7% faster hit speed. So actually, wait, maybe the Barb will still get 2 hits with the faster hit speed. We'll just have to, time will tell. I'm so in favor of this change. I think this is an absolutely amazing change because Barbarians are underwhelming right now. Battle Ram, RIP Battle Ram, definitely underwhelming right now. Barbarian Hut, very underwhelming right now. Not sure if we really want that strong, but it is underwhelming nonetheless. And Barbarian Barrel, also not the greatest. It's also getting a nerf as well. I'm very happy with that change. I think this is a phenomenal change right here. I'm very happy with that one. Great job to Supercell. This is a good change. Please keep this. All right. So that's all the changes they have slated right now. Here are some changes I would like to see. I think the Fire Spirit deserves a damage reduction. If that thing hits your tower, it's doing a fireball damage for 1 elixir. That thing can just like almost annihilate a whole push. If used with one other card, like a Log Fire Spirit, can almost kill a whole push. For 1 elixir, it can kite and then do a ton of damage. And it's just like, its splash radius is huge now. I think the Fire Spirit, way too versatile. Give it a small damage nerf. I think that gotta happen. Golden Knight, I'd also like to see a small HP reduction. That dude is super tanky for how unpredictable his dash can be. Just knock it down. Maybe Pekka can do a little bit more damage to it in 2 shots. I'm not sure what interactions would change with what percentage HP nerf, but I saw like 5%, 4%, something like that. Not too insane, but also pretty substantial would be warranted. I think Mortar needs a nerf, to be completely honest. I'm not sure how I would nerf it. Maybe a little bit less damage. It's just... The thing is, when it's played at the bridge, it's so easy to get positive trades off of it because it has so much HP. Actually, that's what I'd go for. I'd nerf the HP a little bit because I think it is super hard to kill. It's just a positive trade machine, and I don't think it should be as strong as it is. So I think that's pretty much going to do it. I'm not really sure. I don't think Archer Queen or Mighty Miner really need any more changes. Maybe a slight Mighty Miner nerf so that the bomb doesn't kill archers. I saw Schwarzen, a pro player, say that. Credit to him for that idea. But, yeah, there's not really many other cards that I can think of. Oh, Pump. Elixir Pump has to be nerfed. I'm sorry. Elixir Pump has to be nerfed. It is such a toxic card. There's only one spell in the game that they just nerfed that gets a positive trade versus it. And that's EQ. It's got to be nerfed. You have to just... Like, that card is so unhealthy. That card's got to be killed, in my opinion. I just do not think that card should even be allowed to be viable. It is so unfair. It is like a very skillless card. It just... You play it and you hope that your opponent has nothing. I just don't like it. I think the pump needs to be killed. But other than that, that is all I have for this. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think about the balance changes in the comments. Remember, they can actually listen to us here, so make sure to drop your opinion. It may not do anything, but it may do something, and that would be huge if your change actually makes it onto here. So hopefully you guys enjoy the video. I will see you in the next one. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Peace.